We have 1 over 3 power 7 is equal to 1 over 3 power n minus 1. You can say 1 over 3 power 7 is equal to 1 over 3 power n minus 1. Therefore, 7 is equal to n minus 1. So 8 is equal to n. So there are 80 terms. You can use your calculator, you can use the indices. The way we had them. So indices, you know how to handle them from West up to now. We've been talking about indices.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, people.
Morning,
teacher.
Is Paul in class? Paul?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, after do you have my number? Inbox me after the lesson, eh?
Okay.
Okay.
So our end, the number of terms are 8. So here you are free either to use your calculator and find the cube root, or you can use the indices and get the answer directly. So upon you, there's no big deal that you must work it like this. No. You can use your calculator and get the cube root. But you don't want to get it to be this. You want to do your thing the way you want to do them. So we don't mind how you work out as long as you get correct end. Okay. Next example.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, daughter.
Why is it that we multiply 1 out of 27 times 81? Why isn't 81 out of 1?
And now we are dividing both sides by 81. If I want to make 1 over 3 power n a subject, I will divide by 81 on both. This is what I did. I divided by 81 on both sides. Do you see that? Hello? I'm dividing by 81 on both sides.
Yes, teacher.
Is it okay now? Have I answered your question?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that is our n is 8. I told you we don't need to have to use indices. You can use your calculator and you find the n if you have no problem. But indices are easier to use. Okay. Next question. Find the sum. Find the sum of the following GP. Find the sum of the following GP up to the 12th term. Find the sum of the following GP up to the 12th term. Find the sum of the following GP up to the 12th term. And the GP is given as 2, 4, plus 12, plus 36, 12, up the 12th term. Up the 12th term. So here we have our A is 4. Our R is 12 over 4, which is 3. Our N is 12. So we want to find the sum of the 12 terms. It should be N R power N minus 1. Because our R is greater than 1, we can use that formula. So we substitute line and say S12 equal to our A. So this is N. Our A is 4, our R is 3, our N is 12, minus 1 over 3 minus 1. So again, if you don't know that the computer can handle, you cannot handle, you leave it with its problem. If the computer cannot handle, if it can handle, if it handles, you want to see the answer. Then when the figure is too big, the machine will say, yeah, but you try it in the computer first before you decide. What about that? Yeah, 3 power 12. I don't know. 3 power 12, is it a small figure? Whether the answer our colleague is giving us. If not, you make noise and we correct it. Is it okay? Hello? Recording, I wish I could. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, teacher.
Network was off, but we are back. So confirm whether this answer is correct. 106, 28, and 80.
Yes, teacher, that's the answer.
Next example. Find the
Yes,
third
teacher.
term. Find the third term of the GP. Find the third term of the GP. No, it's the third term of the GP. The third term of the GP is 10. The third term of the GP is 10. Not 5, but the third term of a GP is 10. The third term of the GP is 10. And the sixth term is 80. The sixth term is 80. The sixth term is 80. Find the common ratio. The first term and the sum of the first 6 terms. Find the common ratio. The first term and the sum of the first 6 terms. Find the common ratio. The first term and the sum of the first 6 terms. So they have given you 2 terms. I want you to use them. Find the common ratio, the first term, and the sum of the first 6 terms. So we shall have from here our third term. 10, so 10 is equal to A, which we don't know, even R, which we don't know, but N we know it is 3 minus 1. So therefore 10 is equal to AR power 2. As our equation number 1, using the third term, can form an equation. So similarly, 80 is equal to first term which we don't know, R which we don't know, but we know that this is now the 6th term. So 80 is equal to AR power 5. So we solve simultaneously those 2 equations to find A and R. I think the best method is dividing. You can substitute the dividing is better. Divide the second equation by the first. We shall have 80 over 10 is equal to AR power 5 over AR power 2. So we are solving for the A. When we divide R power 5 divided by R power 2, we shall have R power 3. So and here we shall have, so 8 is 2 power 3. equal to r power 3, so our r is 2. So now go to our common ratio as 2. Is that okay?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes. Is it okay?
How does the 3 minus 1?
The formula for the term, you can recall my daughter, we said it was Ln is equal to AR minus AR n minus 1. So that we told us this term here is the third term and it is 10. We have not been given A, or given R, but I told us N is 3. That's why I'm having 3 minus 1. Is it okay? Okay,
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So we are now solving these two equations simultaneously. This one here, you can either use substitution or you can use division and eliminate one. Some doing the elimination method by dividing through to kill A. After killing A, I look for R. So here I have 8, here I have R power 3, but 8 is 2 power 3. If you know your indices, again, you don't know, use your calculator. And our R will be 3. Then after getting R, I can now find A using either equation 1 or 2. So if my R is now 2, then I will say 10 is equal to A 2 power 3. 3 minus 1, 2 power 2. We shall have 10 is equal to 4A. So 10 over 4 is equal to A, which is 2.5. So A is 2.5. Yes. Then now we find the sum of the first 6 terms. Already our A is more than 1. So when we are getting the formula, we shall use the one which has R minus 1. So S6, sum of 6 terms. We now A, which is 2.5, in 2 brackets. Our R, which is 2. And now this is 6 minus 1 over 2 minus 1. Again, you get your calculator and get the answer. Is it okay? Uzair, are you following? Uzair. Uzair, are you following? Uzair, are you there?
Yes, Haji, but it's raining here, so the volume is quite.
The network is not okay.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Here for us, it has not yet begun, but it is threatening to. So, but is it okay?
Yes, Haji, it's okay.
The answer. 2.5 times 2 power 6 minus 1 divided by 1. What is the answer? What is the answer? Someone will send you back and oh, you don't have. You must get into pressing that machine. What have we got, ladies and gentlemen, down there? Hello? What have you got? My sons and my daughters down there, tell me the answer. You don't have time.
157.5.
7.5.
7.5.
Take it out. It's okay. Okay. Another example. In a GP, the sum of the second and third term is 6. In a GP, the sum of the second and the third term is 6. And the sum of the third and fourth term is -12. And the sum of the third and fourth term is -12. Find the first term and the common ratio. In a GP, the sum of the second and the third term is 6. And the sum of the third and fourth term is -12. Sum of the third and fourth term is -12. Find the first term and the common ratio. Okay, want to interpret the sum of the second and third. Second is R2 minus 1, and the third is R3 minus 1. And then guys, this one is equal to 6, which means AR plus AR squared is equal to 6. Isn't it? They have not given us A, they have not given us R, so we shall leave A as A and R as R. Is that okay, ladies and gentlemen? The sum of the second and third term is equal to 6 over GP. So this is the second term from this formula, and this is the third term. So when you add the two, you get 6. Is it okay? Hello? The network is disturbing us, maybe because of the rain. Is it okay now? Can you hear me? This is our first equation now. We are adding the first, and the second and the third. Now, the third and the fourth will have AR3 minus 1 plus AR4 minus 1, giving us -12. So this is AR squared plus AR2 is equal to -12. Those are our two equations, which one solves simultaneously and find A and R. So we can divide AR squared of AR cubed over AR plus AR squared is equal to -12 over 6. So you can pull out R here and have AR plus AR squared over AR plus AR. Here you must be creative. If you are not, then you have to eliminate A and create a wrong equation and suffer with it. But if you are good, this one will go. Huh? You know how to handle. So when with R is equal to -2, then find A. Okay. Now to find A, we can use N of these two. So if I have A times negative 2 plus A times negative 2 power 2 is equal to 6. So I have negative 2A minus 4A plus 4A is equal to 6. So 2A is equal to 6. So A is 3. Are you through? Okay. Can we continue? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So next example. What is the smallest number? What is the smallest number? What is the smallest number greater than? Sorry, what is the smallest number of terms over GP? What is the smallest number over GP? 8 plus 24 plus 72. What is the smallest number of that GP that will give a total greater than 6 million? That will give a total greater than 6 million.
Pardon.
What is the smallest number of terms of this GP? What is the smallest number of terms of this GP that will give a total greater than 6 million? 6 million. 6 million. What is the smallest number of terms of the GP that will give a total greater than 6 million? Okay, so our A is 8, our R is 24 over 8, and our is what we have another half SN greater than 6 million. Yeah. So whenever they use the word greater or less in the question, as you answer, also put that symbol. Don't put equal. Have you heard? Ramza, have you heard?
Yes, teacher.
When they set a question, they put the word less than or greater than. When you are writing the formula, forget about the equal sign and use that symbol they have talked about. If you put equal, you get 0. So therefore, we shall say, using our SN, we shall say now A, which is 8, two brackets, R is greater than 1, so it will be 3, or N, which we don't know, minus 1 over 3 minus 1 must be greater than 60 million. Okay. Then we work with that symbol greater than until we determine the N. Don't put equal. So we shall have now 8 over 2, 3 power N minus 1 greater than 6 million. Then we shall have now 3 power N minus 1 is equal to 6 million. Divided by 4. You cannot see that. Can you see this? She said,
Yes, teacher.
oh. So now from there, we shall have what? 3 power N minus 1 is equal to 1, 5. Is that right? Yes. So 3 power N is equal to 1, 5, 1. Then use your calculator, find N. How do you bring in logarithm? Log base 10, 3 power N, you will log base 10, 1, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Then we have N log 10, 3 is equal to log 10, 1, 5. And then divide through. Divide through, our N is equal to now, it is greater short. I forgot it. There is a greater, sorry. But equal is greater throughout. Please don't change the sign. So N is greater than log is 10, 1, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 over log 10. So with your calculator, gets me that figure. I'll find the N. It should be greater than or equal to P. What is that figure? This is your machine.
$12.944.
Total point. Total point what, my daughter?
12.944.
94?
5.
So far. Maybe we want something which is greater than that. So what would be that term? Using your comment, what would be that term? What would be that term now? Since we want N must be greater than that. The smallest term. Because the term cannot have a fraction. What is the smallest term now there? Which is greater. Yes? Yes? Someone is saying someone's
13.
13.
13, yeah. So yeah, the smallest there. The term N is equal to. Even if it was total 0.1, 4.01, we should say 13, eh? But it must be greater than that, eh? Not necessarily it must be 5 or 0.5 or more, no. Even if this figure was 1 or 0.1 something, it would be 13. Eh? And if it had said less than 6, we would take 12. Huh? Would we ignore the 9, 0.9? Eh? If the question was less than, we take 12 as the answer. Greater than will be 13. Eh? Please put that in your coconuts. Eh? Yeah. Okay. Now we are moving on. Numbers where they mix up GP and AP, the same question. Are you through?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay. The second, comma, fourth, and eighth terms. The second, fourth, and eighth terms of an AP are GP. The second, fourth, and eighth terms of an AP is a GP. And the sum of the third and fifth term is 20. And the sum of the third and fifth term is 20. And the sum of the third and fifth term is 20. Find the first 4 terms of the progression. Find the first 4 terms of the progression. The second, the fourth, and the eighth terms of an AP are in GP. And the sum of the third and fifth term is 20. Find the first 4 terms of the progression. Find the first 4 terms of the progression. So they can mix up a question, both GP and AP, the same question. You did the test. You did the test. Not yet. Okay, they are telling us that the second, the fourth, and the eighth. The second is A plus B, I think. That is the second. And then the fourth is A plus 3B of AP. And then the eighth is A plus 7B. So the second, the third, the fourth, the second, the fourth. The second, the fourth, and eighth term of an AP are GP. Get it? So which means A plus 3B over A plus B is equal to A plus 7B over A plus 3B. Is equal to the common what? Common ratio. The second, the fourth and the eighth term of an AP is a GP. If I divide those adjacent terms, they should have a common ratio. Then it tells us that the sum of the third and the fifth are 20. The third, this is the third, that's the fifth. This is equal to 20. So we have here, so I say now 3A plus 60B is equal to 20. 2A. 2A plus 6, right? D is equal to 20. So A plus 3B is equal to 10. A plus 3B is equal to 10. So we have got this equation and we have got this. Are we together?
No.
We're using our formula for AP, which was LA, was A plus N minus 1B. You remember that formula? For AP?
Yes, teacher.
That's what we are using. It's telling us the second, the fourth, and the extra of an AP are GP. So it means this term here is AP form, but when you arrange them like this in this order, they form a GP. And in a GP, when we divide adjacent figures, you get a common one or ratio. Are we together now?
Yes.
No?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Oh.
now from here,
Oh.
A plus 3D is 10. So where there is A plus 3D, you can put what? 10. And so therefore 10 over A plus D is equal to A plus 7D over 10. So you can cross multiply, have 100 is equal to A plus B times A plus 7D. You can cross multiply and get an equation. But again, from here, our A is equal to 10 minus 3D. So you can say now 100 is equal to 10 minus 3D plus D. 10 minus 3D plus 7D. Then you have 100 is equal to 10 minus 2D. And here 10 plus 4. So then you can even pull out have 100 is equal to now 2. 5 minus D. Also here 2. 5 plus 2D. We shall have here 100 over 4 is equal to 5 minus B. 5 plus 2D. So we can now open up the brackets and create a quadratic equation, which is now 25 plus 10D minus 5D minus 2D squared. So how this one going with that? So 0 is equal to 5d minus 2d squared. Therefore, d cannot be 0. Therefore, d is what? Is 5 over what? Over 2. So just work out and find the value of d. So our d is 5 over 2. Our d cannot be 0. Therefore, d is 5. Because these are the two answers you can get from here. You factorize out to d. Now 5 minus 2d, then you find that d is either 0 or d should be 5 over 2. But d cannot be 0. When it's 0, then you can have a 16. You just do a 2. So there, that is how you can get our value of d. Any query?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, where is the problem, my daughter?
I'm lost from the very beginning.
From what?
From the part where you're equating the AP to the GP. That's where I'm not understanding.
Here.
No, teacher, down.
Here.
Yes, teacher.
You have told the question and see, my daughter. You have told us that the second, the fourth, and the eighth term of an AP are in the GP. You see that statement?
Yes, teacher.
So if these terms here are in GP, therefore if I divide this one over that, should equal this one over that, and should be a common one? Common ratio. So what I've just been doing, eh? Are you trying to connect?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Yeah, that's why I'm equating this, because of the word of GP. Any other query? So we shall create two equations and solve them simultaneously for the value of b. I know that they also want us to find the value of a. They ask the value of a. I think we need it because they want to fast forward. So after getting d, then we find a, and then we write out the first 4 terms of that series. So what will be our a if d is 5 over 2? Can we use this? The second equation. If d is 5 over 2, we can now find a. That will be a. 3 times 5 over 2. And then minus that. That's the value of a. So you can work out the value of a from here. You have a that's now 3 times 5 over 2 is equal to 10. We shall have a is equal to 10 minus 15 over 2. We shall have a is equal to 5 over 2. Even a is the same as, and so a and b are equal. Then from there, we can now write down the first 4 terms. I think the first 4 terms, the first term is a. First is our 5 over 2. The second is 5 over 2 plus 5 over 2. Then our third is 5 over 2 plus 2, which is now 5. Then plus our fourth is 5 over 2 plus our 3 times 5 over 2. Then you simplify. This is 5 over 2. This is 5. This is 15 over 2. This one here is 10 over 2 is 10. Yes. The first 4 times. This time the first time, that's GP. We have our formula of A is equal to N to A plus N minus 1 of D. Now my first term will be A. Isn't it? My second term will be A plus D, which is this. Isn't it? Because our D was also 5 over 2. Then my third term will be 5 over 2, which is A plus now 2 times D. So 2 times 5 over 2, you get 5, yeah? Isn't it? Is that okay? Then here, 4 minus 1 is 3, so it will be 3 times D. Here it is 2 times D, which gives us 5. Is it okay? Hello? So the first 4 terms of that AP will be 5 over 2, 5, 10 over 2, and 10. Any query? They told us that after finding out solving for A and D, write down the 4 terms of that study, which is the AP here. So that's the first 4 terms. Right? We're using the formula R is equal to A plus N minus 1D. So if they say first term, N is 1. Second term, N is 2. Third term, N is 3, and so forth. Right? And you know the value of A and D substitute. Right? Hello, Ramza. Is it okay?
Yes,
Hello?
teacher.
And Catherine, are you okay? Are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
So those are the first 4 terms of that AP, but you can see how they mix up the question. They bring in the GP and AP in the same question, so you have to use both. Are you trying to look at another example? Time is running out. I want to do one more example. Because I always come late because I come from Seta, Jam, and whatever. Can we do one more example? You are moving to another lesson. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen down there, can we do one more example? You have next lesson very fast.
No.
Can we do one more?
Yes, sir.
Can we do one more example?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
sir.
Okay, write it down very fast and we move to another lesson. The sum of the first, the sum of the first any terms. The sum of the first any term. 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 Of a certain city. Of a certain city is n squared plus 5n. The sum of the first any terms of a certain city is given by that. For all integral values of n, for all the integral values of n. For all the integral values of n, find the first three terms of the city and show that it is an AP. Find the first three terms of that city and show that it is an AP. Find the first three terms of that city and show that it is an AP. So this is a bit tricky question. So when n is equal to 1, then our S1 will equal to the first term. So we shall say now S1 will be 1, which is the 1 squared plus 5 times the 1, and this will give us 6. So this implies that our first term in that is 6. First term. When n is equal to 1, you will be adding nothing to that term. When n is 1, it is that one term. But when n is 2, it means you're adding 2 terms. And for n is equal to 2, it implies addition of 2 terms. It's the trick of 2 terms in that city. So there, if I say S2, and this one is equal to now 2 squared plus 5 times 2, and I get 4 plus 5 plus 10, which is 14. This is not the second term, but the sum of the first and second one. So there, second term, we now equal to 14 minus 6, which is equal to 8. So the second term will be 8. Because what we are getting is a sum, not a term. That's the only trick in that question. If you can see that, the rest is very easy. So when n is equal to 3, we are adding now 3 terms in that series. You get it? So for s is equal to 3, for n is equal to 3, it implies addition of 3 terms. Of 3 terms. So therefore, S3 give us 3 squared plus 5 times 3, which will give us 9 plus 15, which is 24. So there, our third term is equal to now 24 minus 14. And this one will give us 10. So our third term is 10. So when you write them, you have 6, you have 8, you have 10. Those are the first 3 terms in that scene. When you try to subtract them, you get a common what? Did you get a common difference? So therefore it was an AP. Therefore the term is an AP. So since it has a common difference, it implies it is an AP. And that's how you should answer that question. So we are stopping here for today. It's been a pleasure to handle you. Right there. I want to give you some work. I don't know why they want to give you the test. I'm going to find out from Mr. Second why you get to do that test. So I'm going to give you some numbers to try. About 20 numbers. You can leave out 21 and 22 because I'm going to get covered it up. One which has compound interest. Shall we look at that one? I'll try it again.
Teacher, what numbers are we doing?
We have the book, we are doing exercise From 13C, from number 1 up to 20. 13C, from number 1 up to 20. But those who don't have, they are going to send you the work as usual. But if you have the book, it is exercise 13C, from number 1 up to 20. Which page is it? 206. 265. Page 265. Exercise 13C, from number 1 up to number 20. Try those numbers. The answers are behind the book. Where you get stuck, you consult. I'm very sure we shall be there. Thank you for attending. And I hope we move together and we understand as we wait for the opening of the schools. Hilda, are you okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you for attending. Be serious, do the numbers. So if you keep the work and you don't do it, sitting on a time bomb, it will explode with you and you end up in hell. But you chose, I know you chose the math because you love it. So go ahead and give it the due attention that it deserves. I'm very sure by the time we open up and you go to schools, wherever you go, you'll be better off than those who have not been attending. Thank you. We meet again on Wednesday. On Monday, Mr. Simakula is going to teach you. I will not be here. So you may choose to begin with trigonometry because we are doing mechanics and you need that too. So please pay attention to him also. Mimi will join you on Wednesday for Mechan and again pure on Friday. Inshallah. May God keep you and protect you. Assalamu alaikum.